Let's go, it's the Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show.
Wait for no man that ain't got time to shake your hand. Get that side check, put it in pockets like it's back. Going downtown.
This little collection combines Ico and Shadow of Colossus, two delicious titles, into one big old PS3 disc. Usually held in very high regards, loved by many, the platforming adventure Ico mixed with the boss-loving gameplay of Shadow of Colossus are even said to be the defining moments of the PS2 era. In Ico, you'll travel around the castle area with a young girl trying to protect her all the way through. A lot of the time you'll be platforming or solving puzzles. On top of that, sometimes evil creatures that are shadows will appear. They can't kill you, but they can grab the girl that you are protecting and take her into this world of demons, and basically you'll lose. So you have to stay on your feet and try to protect this girl with your little life and your horns, because you have horns for some reason. Shadow ditches the hand-holding idea and sets you on this beautiful, yet somewhat empty world to take down these gigantic monsters. Well, Colossus, or whatever the word is. You have to find a certain weak spot on these gigantic monsters and use your sword to stab them a few times. It sounds simple enough, but finding the mix of finding how to climb these creatures, finding their weak spot on their gigantic, massive bodies, that's what she said, and keep balancing on top of them, that's what she said too, without them throwing you off, can be quite a challenge. Combining the two titles together, we might be getting one of the best collections ever. Or does it just simply not age as well as we all thought? Let's find out.
Wait for no man that ain't got time to shake your hand. Get that side check, put it in pockets like it's back. Going downtown.
Okay, so right off the bat, let's start with the good of both, and this goes for both titles. You notice the art design. It's unique, and it's wonderful to look at. Shadow comes out later, so the graphics are obviously stronger. In the HD remake, the frame rate issues seem to be almost fully fixed, especially in Shadows, which is, oh my god, thank you. On top of that, the scope is still amazing in Shadows when you're on top of these gigantic monsters and there's this wonderful big world to look at, with the monsters themselves also having a great design. Each unique and different, whereas Ico, each area gives you a different vibe, and the outside areas are probably some of the best looking areas in the entire, collection of the two. Plus, on top of that, it just still looks amazing. And that game came out in 2001. Early. Shadow's gameplay still holds up well. Climbing, while sometimes annoying or frustrating, works mostly well. Despite the odd controls of having triangle for jump and such, it still somehow works and you'll get used to it. Still, once you're on top of these monsters or on the side of them or below them and you're, delivering those stabs or the final stab, it's well worth it. You look badass and you feel like a badass, especially finishing them off. And well, let's be honest, one more time, that's badass. Ico's strengths come from its puzzles, in my opinion, all designed differently, and you'll have to use some brain power to actually figure out how to accomplish some of them and get on to the next room. Protecting the girl is also pretty fun at times, edge of your seat type moments.
Please, 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 please. Pretty please with a muffin on top. Pretty please with a muffin on top. Yes.
Okay, so the bad. Let's start off with Ico. The game's controls feel slippery at times, making fighting pretty weak. However, the more you play, you'll probably get used to it. What really irks me though is the annoying puzzles, making the platforming also more difficult than it should be. Also, the idea of holding someone's hand through the entire game is going to be annoying, let's be honest. Especially when bigger, more annoying shadows enter the game and they take her away and you smack you and you fly across the room. It's just that you're just gonna rage. While Shadow's bad points mostly come from the annoying fights. I say out of the 16 bosses, I loved about 9 or 10 of them. I enjoyed maybe 3 more, enough to get by, and I hated about 3, maybe 4, mattering, when I played it the first time and this time, which aren't bad odds at all. However, three major pain in the asses when the whole game consists of bosses can be annoying, especially considering the annoying part is either you get up too slowly after getting knocked down, so the goddamn boss is going to hit you again when you get up, and you can't obviously get out of the way in time because you're too slow to get up, and you're just like, what is happening? Why can't I get up in time? And you rise, you get hit again, rise, hit again, rise, hit again, and then you die and you restart the whole thing again. Or another major fault is the weak point. It could be extremely difficult to find sometimes, or just in such an annoying spot that it can take up to 5 or 15 extra minutes to actually kill them for no real reason. Especially the third boss. I heard that they redid it from the European version and put it in the HD remastered version. No thank you. That belly kill was fucking annoying. Really comes down to the length of the games. Now, I'm usually not one to complain about length, but I had to mention this one. Shadow can easily be beaten in 5 hours. The first time I beat the game on PS2, it took me around 7 to 8 hours. This time, it took me 5 hours and 3 minutes. And that's with me leaving the game on for, 20, 30 minutes sometimes. That's a very, 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 very short game. Because basically, it's just boss battles. You don't do anything else. The game could have benefited, though, from maybe 4 or 5 more bosses. Whereas Ico is also short, it felt really absurd at times to figure out some of these puzzles. Like, mind fucking stupid tricks to get you to the next part. Well, people will argue with me here. I just felt that some of the puzzles or the platforming parts were just really badly implanted. While neither game oozes with ugliness, they both have a little and enough bad, though enough good to kind of balance it out all into making one package.
In that case, I don't have to go underwater. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god, I'm gonna fucking destroy this game. I'm gonna fucking fuck this shit. Fuck. Fuck this shit.
Waits for no man and ain't got time to shake your hand. Get that side check, put it in pockets like it's back. Going downtown.
But what's the verdict? I mean, you're talking about the bad here, Whitey, but you also mentioned good. So what's coming down to it? Well, what it comes down to is these are my thoughts on the entire package altogether. I did enjoy both titles quite a bit, Shadow quite a bit more than Ico. However, replaying them, the faults are now more apparent than ever. The climbing can be annoying at times, and the bosses themselves can just have annoying moves to actually deal with. While Ico, the puzzles can be just a little too bit of a silly, way of doing it, and just to figure it out is ridiculous. And the combat's just shit, let's be honest. Luckily, it doesn't play a huge part, but it's shit. However, both games capture a unique art design, some thrilling adventure-killing mountain-sized monsters, and finding out secrets in this gigantic dark castle in Ico. I'll be giving this collection, though, a rent, simply because it didn't age as well as some of the other collections out there. Also, they are very short titles. Still, though, and I can't say this enough, they are worth trying out because they are unique. You may like it 10 times more than me. I see it all the time. I did enjoy Ico enough to finish it. I didn't think it was really that great or even that good. However, I thought Shadow was good or even great at times. Together, they make a good collection, definitely worth renting, but that's about it. Now, go check them out. Go and rent them. If you can't rent them, I guess you can buy them really cheap, but it's just really worth renting since how short they are.